Oh, Steve.
Yeah, I am more United ne Ruben Amorim Abaso and Rado Maya no almost deserve credit because a typical European night. Look at the number of games on my ball, on my call, I'm beating, and almost drew baby Omodri. You need to give United almost credit. But now we say what is wrong at United? What is wrong? They say, you see, in life, when you fail to appreciate growth, it creates a problem. In Tibia, Obetima for Messiah, say boy, or menteno, or the need Drew baby, but Obetima Drew stage B. Now he's good at what he's doing. But what you still see him as that Yaro, on your BR Mapigano. When you fail to appreciate sa growth, you create a problem. That is why in Ejuma Bibribi, bosses be in subordinate be any problem because they fail to appreciate growth. You see, the United they fail because they fail to appreciate a looming danger near the other side of Manchester, and that is Manchester City. Now say I can't the world of football. Now you discuss clubs like one of the finest academies a team now friends at Manchester City. Now over the period of the last 7 or so years, see I can see a team produce players and I say more players dear or free the Manchester City Academy anymore. Dawson. Tiene Palmer any Jadon Sancho, a couple of them a free Manchester City. Back in the 2000s, Omunya said the class of 92. I don't know your thing. A United true and true. Nkwadana ya form from almost system na and a buyer graduated to leveler the United Edge trophies. And they so City team anymore. Were a couple of players beer youngsters and they almost started City who training no. City Academy need to produce players bema. They are not faced by the challenge and I say what is going on. They just want to exhibit the football or almost from the Etihad campus, So United failed to sense a danger, appreciate the growth of Manchester City. They just saw them as one of those steamer and you may be sustainable. But now Manchester City are back to stay, and they are doing the right things in the modern football. And no Nama United are catchy. And he's talking about structure, culture, but check the other side of Manchester. And Ubun's a city, to professional. And Yoma Okoyima. So credit to them for making it to the final. The final will decide. And Ruben Amorim nedia some Canada said on your title to calm the waves because of more legends and they Vasson company Akoji Bundesliga. United legends na ye podcast over tea. No more chire time where you say among koshe jacket ni bi me gina chire on coachi. And no gina chire no more discuss where san where you say. Now team say ya de ni nyina no more legends nen kasa kese. This is a fact. But United they will talk from morning to evening on various podcasts. May share the new strategy of transfers. Real Madrid at the Abba football. You see, Madrid will always want to be number one. I did a friend a second or monpe.
Yeah.
That is their culture. That is their DNA. And see, from 2000s in Ebano, or check world record fees are there top players or check the list. Madrid are dominant. Say if a player be a born a breaky world record at this point, Madrid are dominant. That was their strategy. And I'm tagging as Galacticos. Young fast stars nembra. Now stars na yade ban not just for footballing reasons, but a commercial bit to those transfers are here. Into Beckham beba, Zidane beba, Ronaldo beba, Luis Figo from rival and Omokofano by Kaka CR7, the Golden Boy of 2014 Walker, James Rodriguez beba, Gareth Bale, and Omofa Luka Modric. So these are top quality players on the mobile. But the entire Madrid team here, transfers, perceived financial power and as a transfer power. So all the other clubs, now Madrid, I was rich in terms of their finances. Now Soviet wealth about football, and then they say Saudi for now befa Abu Dhabi for now before Manchester City. So they have that wealth and this sponsor club. And a Paris Saint-Germain, the answer you be free Qatar. And then Newcastle, Newcastle, Saudi. Chelsea nso your own yes. Chelsea the no twemo out him say cruise in such as here. And a Liverpool so American owners no ewo hosa. So at the mbem na Manchester Real Madrid at the beya kesesem because the transfer fee Paris Saint-Germain atuano Real Madrid ntua bi. Ni ene Saudi for no betimi akoto dia fa player no Madrid ntimi nkoti. So almost share the move of Neymar to Paris Saint-Germain, then they ought to have changed a lot. And Omotina said the strategy that they were going in is say, young Brazil, any talent be you want to say what the potential to grace the world stage in the final. And I'm for Johnny Calafat. Or buy no for Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, Eda Militao. And Omo joining Madrid team no, Omo time to develop. So that was their strategy. But say no, the modern strategy, a dear man here didn't say club will be a player beer or global appeal. No, yeah, dear anything say. Madrid now were attractive force based on almost stature. A dean Real Madrid now Casano in itself a player no. And then they will lure you with the Ballon d'Or. Omo we no maka say hanen dey bad Champions League to top player beer. Omo no call Champions League room ho. Yeah. Omo nkyere La Liga trophy. Oh yeah, omo cabinet na Champions League ne go echi.
Omo go 15.
E ho na obi a person OGB. Inti those were the pull factor in a Real Madrid at the far players. Say Adriana Sessa inti enya ne den. The name the pull factor na e what that force sebe attractive player na e wo ho anase ni ho. It still exists. Now Madrid the top player free club obia adia na a block and I say a gap was so multi bridge no how to negotiate with the club arrive at a fee Tiama club no aside negotiate with the player and is ka obeji now who negotiate with the club now pay the payment structure ni nyina no so somehow a task for Real Madrid into finding another way. And they say, Yentimi go toe to toe with the Saudis or the Abu Dhabis. But you bet you be Real Madrid and Bema are successful. And they say, okay, let's start talking to these players. So one who trophies it still exists. One who didn't wait, a Bema Ballon d'Or. But the person and they say, Anki, 90 million the Ama Liverpool for Arnold. Bra, never 20 million as signing on fee. Into the one down. Or contract no you better that the sikabia ba abesho mabufu we know say definitely they will not accept.
Yes, I say you try.
Yes,
but
yes. Starting negotiation with you. Kase, you are focused on the target now. And they say you pursue a Premier League, you pursue you say now you are winding down time. Until I get closer, no negotiations become difficult for the player and the parent club. Inti Akobasa near the 20 million abase Real Madrid abede 20 million for Arnold. Me can't some way because of what Arsene Wenger said the negotiation, the deal to bring Arnold to Real Madrid started 2 years ago. Yeah. 2 years.
But all Liverpool also just last season and I will call command contract renewal.
You see, Niente Liverpool the answer and say under club, say the sporting director no as a sign. So he started negotiations and then we're free. There comes Hughes and then Michael Edwards say sign you beam. But the gentleman, his mind is made up. It's not about so per club on it. No matter who comes in anytime, you still give them ample time to negotiate. Now man for say na player no that I don't know the business of transfers and you're straightforward. Football transfer business no and you're straightforward. It will take time. Into Madrid, the new strategy, the evolution of Masadi about football more almost started the Galacticos and I'm phone to me until Roman Abramovich bem until say Saudi ne Arab for ne bem said now the real men are in, they can challenge us. The Premier League so our financial strength And to a player like Sandro Tonali, ideally, the skill set of that gentleman, he should be a player over for Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, and them. But the power of money, Amane Sandro Tonali, no AC Milan, or yeah, a real European team, and they over for Newcastle United because of the same thing. In Tisikana de Bekono, Paris Saint-Germain could 222 at the Koto office or Alpha Nima. Or I call it the bluff of Real Madrid. In Tiabe Dembium. Mbappe, ya discover say beba, you say PSG or Monje. In Tiabe sign away. A banner manja, they can't fault you for doing that until they stay on, hang on. And the next player in line, William Saliba. Na sa strategy na Real Madrid dey no or they afa Antonio Rudiger or they afa David Alaba or they afa Kylian Mbappe and osan they afa Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Munyina so ye players anka okomunyina buma anya anka Madrid be coffee out close to 500 million.
These are world class names na mebo bochrewi.
Because Rudiger na J trophy na.
Yes.
Oba Madrid.
A deal way.
Alaba Gibiana waba.
Yeah.
Mbappe Rihanna waba.
Yes.
Anna Arnold.
Eba. Players are mabo dini nyina no. They are world class players. Rudiger is a world class center back. Alaba yehu ne de. Yehu Arnold de yehu Kylian Mbappe. Ono no timi gina World Cup final about hat-trick. That is the quality of Mafa. But Omafa ne free because Real Madrid ade e wo no we as a club will be any din any history any ade obetima ye enti some de sika na ba mu dia then say ne go solely by a din no ni ya negotiate with the players say we sign you off in ye ma say 30 million enti nka Anodi anase Mbappe say nka wo hwemu ye pa it should be in the region of 225 there but I free and you tue sika na ma. So Real Madrid will always want to set the pace. They will always want to bully other class. But you can't fault them. I'm okay say any nyoma or achieve over the years, you know. And in fact just a few years and catch it up. O ma ya ye die. Se near this kind of cover Galacticos. So much as betima fabi. It is say they are a different way. So it's the new trend about in football signings business.
No cry na me say Lenny Euro. I say we no who cry so ba United no nya Madrid na ko beba. Na my info no so I imagine say Jesus 60 million no mutua for Euro no munya ho mfa so. Madrid on so say na nya ha ye into 60 onti.
You see Real Madrid based on our history. So you player now improve you unji within wo bia you don't play for Madrid. Inti nkwadana omoko for omo na omo ba Castellano straight away omo for omo red team name Bakaka a celebrated footballer at Milan. Share Xabi Alonso now I am a provie at Liverpool. Michael Owen omoko fa na by CR7 omoko fa na by. So to play for Real Madrid you have to be in the category of a world class footballer. Inti obi a Madrid assign ibia na nyentebe. In terms of that level.
Okay. Galacticos.
Yes.
Okay.
Inti Rudiger Enyentebe is a world class footballer. I know my fan. But he have a different strategy. Because he caught the we mu India FFP no ho yintimi. Inti emfechiri. Ya ne boys in Nkasa. Your team no so. Say near the Bema, say near Oba Ubenya. And they are doing it. Because Sika Omo presented to Liverpool in January. It was an insult. 20 million.
Oh. When you not say for free.
Yes.
Liverpool also feel say carry on 100 million pounds.
Yeah. So Real Madrid club no so omo say yekesia anye kese kwa anye dedebi no omo de ye. But omo history no and omo build dia ba be dru ba bi omo du. So we give credit to them. But that is the new way Abba Madrid and the be all the before from Beba. That is the strategy of the sign players. Next, victim no be Arsenal with William Saliba. So crash now extend here. It means that we're destined for Madrid. May share the endless production of quality coaches from the Spanish land. idea my general about mentias. But the you never educate you. You see, before Pep Guardiola, there was Vicente Del Bosque and Rafael Benitez, Ebegini Dean at Liverpool. But not before these names, no. Spain has always been perennial underachievers when you talk of international competitions. So Luis Aragonés started in 2008 against Germany. He won the trophy, and Omuba beam in 2010 at the World Cup with Del Bosque, or call 2012 Eco winning. So these two managers set the tone for them, and they were the examples that anybody or who Spain, yeah, they were looking to these gentlemen say, in terms of coaching. Then came Pep Guardiola and in the new Maoye. But Spain, any production line in terms of players, player be free Spain be technically gifted. Into Ubasha Thiago Alcantara, senior Kerese football no bemu ni aje bono. Share David Silva. Spanish players ni physically they are not dominant. Or they share Spain players ni. See a call aggressive star. Spain players ni mubi. And then omo emphasis on the technical aspect of football. Yeah. Into Spain for you so adwene more than body no. Into force na ne Pep Guardiola ekoye because of how brilliant the players were. Now, Omasan drew the level of more produce coaches. Bem of coach in everyone say Andoni Ariola. He's doing very well. And then Xabi Alonso the Bayer Leverkusen Akoji Bundesliga. Yeah, who the Aston Villa manager Unai Emery. Check through Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta. So it looks like they are dominating, taking over Europe. And now
Luis Enrique.
Yes, Xabi Alonso call Madrid. Now name Oma Lenkeno to Leverkusen, Fabregas. So the Spanish coaches will continue to dominate. Now Emakwa, because of Spain, Hona, the Royal Spanish Football Federation, INSA, the technical department near BMU for footballers and young people who aspire to be coaches to learn the Spanish way of coaching. Before, now I mentioned the German coaches. Adiana air drift and kakranka England for the more baby. Now Italian coaches in the room, but now Spanish coaches are dominating and Mbakwa because they place premium on the technical aspect and almost a year. And almost a year, no, all over Europe, they are still dominating. Luis Enrique winning the French league. He's on the verge of winning the treble, or the Coupe de France final, and also in the UEFA Champions League. So the endless production line of Spanish football in terms of coaching, I think we should give attention to. For all our coaches, take a leave out of what they are doing and their respective efforts on the continent of Africa, because it's something that all of us I was here taking cue from, because dominating in terms of players, dominating in terms of coaches, fancy. This is something that is mind blowing. I mean, personally, I fall in love with how the Spanish are going about their business.
Oh, Steve, may I say?